for those of you who don't understand how it or don't know how it normally happens, the President of the United States oversees all of the agencies, including the Department of Justice. We're going to talk specifically about the Department of Justice. But he doesn't interfere with the Department of Justice. He doesn't order prosecutions. He doesn't order investigations. He doesn't get involved in investigations that are ongoing unless he is subpoenaed to do so. So a president of the United States asking or demanding that his attorney general or his Department of Justice open up investigations into people is really not how our system of government works. It's not how it's supposed to work. It's not how it has historically worked. And it's an incredibly invasive abuse of power. And when the Department of Justice opens up an investigation on somebody, it's done so because there is evidence to justify an investigation. When Trump just orders an investigation onto somebody, and there's no new evidence to suggest that an investigation should be open, it's just quite literally what he's always talked about, a political witch hunt. Watch this.
Pam Bondi has just responded to the president's call to investigate Democrats in connection with Jeffrey Epstein, and she is just being a loyal soldier and doing exactly what she's told to do. Thank you, Mr. President. The Southern District of New York U.S. Attorney Jay Clayton is one of the most capable and trusted prosecutors in the country. I've asked him to take lead. As with all matters, the department will pursue this with urgency and integrity to deliver answers to the American people. Now, of course, this office already prosecuted Ghislaine Maxwell, who was preparing to put Jeffrey Epstein on trial. Almost all of the prosecutors who were involved in those cases have left the office. Bondi has also ordered the Southern District of New York to empty its Epstein files and send them to Washington, D.C. Now, remember that the DOJ had initially said we did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. Remember? That's what they said in terms of why this was a dead story. So what's the new predicate? What's the new evidence? This is really unbelievable. Trump calls for it, and he gets it, and they have to completely backtrack on everything they've said up to that point. It's just shocking. Shocking. This is not a story that's going to go away now. Remember I said the Epstein story would go away? If Trump wants to keep this in the news, it seems he will do that.
It doesn't just go against what Pam Bondi said earlier, that there was no evidence to open investigations. It goes against what they've all been saying since they all got in there. I mean, Kash Patel was like, release the files day one. Then he gets in there and he says, well, there is no list. There's no evidence. He says to Congress, there's no evidence that Epstein trafficked in girls to anyone other than himself. That is Donald Trump's head of the FBI testifying in a congressional hearing. So if there's no evidence that Epstein trafficked in girls to anybody else, then what's the purpose of the investigation? Kash Patel is going to nuke his career being in this position. And while, Trump is extraordinarily loyal now with Pam Bondi, that loyalty doesn't extend beyond Trump in the world of the Republican Party. These guys are fucking up fast and picking up steam.